Alrighty guys, welcome to Pebble Beach Golf Club in Pebble Beach, California. This is your host, ID Jester. We're going to be setting up a tournament and getting things underway. I'm going to make this a little bit quicker to set up the tournament. So what I did was I took all the players that were ranked C or worse, and what we're going to do is we're going to find out who is the best golfer that is, kind of second tier, kind of not in the hunt every week, and kind of introduce you to a couple new golfers. There are some no-name players. There's some people that are probably not well known at all. There are some players that are like Rory Sabatini. I mean, a lot of people probably know him. So I've broken them up into C, C minus, D plus, D, D minus, and F grade units or rankings. What I want to do is I'm just going to roll a 20-sided dice, and if you're an F, then you need to get a roll of 20, and if you're D minus 19, 18, 17, 16, 15 or higher, and if you get a roll of that, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll an 8-sided dice and cut it, divided by 2, so if I roll a 2 it would be 1, so that player shot 1 under, and we're going to do this for the first round, the second round, and the third round. And hopefully we'll end up with just a few players in contention that we can then play for the tournament. So this is kind of just a quick setup way. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the F grade. I'm going to put out 3 players. And I'm going to roll 3 dice. First dice is for this black, and then pink, and then blue. So black, pink, blue. So if I roll them, these players all are F or worse. So they would need, 20s. And if I don't roll a 20, then none of them shot under par, and we can move on from there. And I don't know where I'm going to place. Well, I suppose what we'll do is, we'll find room as we go. All right, so we have Matt Avery, Stephen Bowditch, and Nicholas Lindholm. These are F, all F to make the cut, so they need a 20 or higher on a 20-sider, so they need a 20. And none of them got a 20, so none of them are going to make it through. And there's only 2 other Fs, so we'll roll the black and the pink. Andrew Whoop and Brent Stigmeyer. Again, they need a 20. They do not make it, so none of those F players make the cut. Now we're to D minus. So they need 19 or 20s. And this is Rick Lamb, Steve Wheatcroft, and Roy Ishiwa. So again, black, pink, blue, 19 or higher, and none of those made the cut. Or, got a under par round, I guess is the best way to do it. Roberto Castro, Jason Bourne, and Carl Peterson. And 19 or 20? Nope, none of them are going to make it. And Brett Derwitt, Brian Campbell, So Woo Kim, sorry. See if we get a 19 on any of those, and we don't. So none of those are going to make it into the cut either. And we have one left, and that's Miguel Angel Cabrero. He needs a 19, 12. So far, none of our F or D minus made any move in the tournament. So now we're at D. So they need a 19, 18, or 17. Because they're slightly better, they have a better chance of doing better. Spencer Levine, Rod Pampling, and Retief Goosen, actually. And we got a 17. 19, 18, I'm sorry, 20, 19, 18. So this is 20, 19, 20, where are we? 20, 19, 18, 17, 20. Hang on a second. What am I doing here? We did the F, and we did, all right, so 20, 19, 18. Right, we're at 18, 17, 16, 15. Right, okay, so we're at 18. So none of these are 18. My bad. Retief Goosen is out of this tournament. And 18 or higher. Patton Kazir, Patrick Rogers, or Mark Hubbard. And 1, 1, and a 9. These guys did not do very well at all. KJ Choi, Ken Duke, Kelly Kraft. And none of those guys. Boy, we're looking for somebody that wants to play. All right, we got Jonathan Vegas, Hunter Mahorn, and Ernie Els. Really? Ernie Els is a D? And none of those. What are up with these 20-siders? They won't roll high enough, I guess. Gomez. Fabian Gomez, Cody Gribble, and Chad Collins. A 2, a 7, and a 5. None of those. Well, maybe we won't have anyone in the final round. Bryce Mulder and Brian Stewart. Oh, there's a 20. There's a 20. So Bryce Mulder makes the cut. He's our first competitor. I'm going to roll this. We're going to divide it by 2. Fractions round down to see what kind of how well he did, and he ended up with 3, which is 1.5 rounded down. So he's 1 under. So we'll put the 1 dice on him, and he did not make it. So now we're at the D plus. So these guys are going to be 17 or higher. We got Rory Sabatini, Sean O'Hare, and Soren Keldson. 16, a 12, and a 9. So nope, Rory Sabatini will be out of this. Samuel Kaufman, Steve Alker, and Wesley Bryan. Come on down. Nope. Plenty of golfers to go through, so I'm sure we'll find somebody else that wants to play. All right, we got Wee Kim, we got Troy Merritt, and we got Rafael Cabrera Bello. Oops. 11, 11, and a 3. So that doesn't bode well for those gentlemen. Pete Malinotti, Michael Thompson, and Mark Anderson. And we have a 16, a 12, and a 2. Nope. So far, we only have 1 competitor at -1 here. And Kyle Reefers, Jillian O'Talon, and Jim Furyk. Jim Furyk's a D plus. Oh, we got an 18, and that is Jim Furyk. So Jim Furyk, because it goes black, pink, blue. So Jim Furyk is going to make it at least through the first cut, and we got to see how well he scored. He shot a 5, which is 2.5. Round down, he's 2 under, so we'll put him under the 2s. Now we got a little bit of room. We can maneuver that up. All right. 18 or higher is Jimmy Walker, Jonas Blitz, and Johnson Wagner. This is for the cut. Yeah, we're winding down to figure out who's going to be our final competitors. And none of these guys made the cut. So far, we only have 2. We got Jim Furyk and Bryce Mulder. So Greg Chambers, Greg Ogilvie, and Derek Fother. They need an 18 or higher. That's a 2, 3, and a 5. They all didn't do very good. Dominic Brazil, Bubba Watson, and Billy Horschel. 18 or higher. I'm sorry, 17 or higher. Oh, 20. So Bubba Watson, look at that. It goes black, pink, blue. So Bubba Watson is going to make it. And he's an 8, so he goes to 4 under, and he's going to be our leader. Bubba Watson. All right, and these 2 guys didn't make the cut. Boo Wheatley, Brad Fritsch, and Brandon Grace. Let's see if any of them want to do this, get in the competition here. Oh, we got a 19. That's Brad Frisch. So Brad Frisch is going to make the cut. And he goes to 3 under. So we'll get a dice out for 3 under. So we got a 1, a 2, a 4. We now need a 3. And the other 2 didn't make it. Aaron Bradley, Alex Syjic, and Andres Gonzalez. Let's see if any of these guys make the cut. And 12, 13, 17. Nope. All right, so those were F, D minus, D's. These are all of those guys gone. Now we're going to move on to the C minus. You can tell we got quite a few C minuses here. So these guys need a 20, 19, 18, 17, 16. They need a 16 or higher because they're slightly better than the other guys. They have a better chance of shooting under par. And then, of course, our C competitors, and there's a bunch of them, they only need a 15 or higher. So I'm sure we'll get some more competitors here. Emilio Grillo, Ryan Palmer, and Sam Saunders. And nope, they all missed the cut. They are gone. And Scott Spursy, Scott Stallings, and Sean Stefani, Sean Stefani, I guess. And 14, 10, and 6, but they all missed the cut. Couldn't quite get it in there. Shane Lowry, Sung Yil Ho, and Trey Mullenix. A 17 for Sung Yil Ho. And now we got to see how well he shot. 8, so he is tied at the lead with Bubba Watson right now at 4 under par. And this is from our action on Thursday. Then we'll do a Friday and a Saturday, and we're only going to play the final round. Tom Hodge, Tim Wilkinson, and William McGirt. 16 or higher. Oh, and we got 2 16s, so 2 of these guys are going to make the cut. And Tom Hodge is out. And for Tim Wilkerson, he 3 half is 1.5, rounded down is a 1, so he's going to join our Bryce Mulder at 1 under. And William McGirt, 3, he is also 1 under. So 1 under is starting to be a very good place. Tyrone Van Aswegen, Ryan Armour, and Ryan Bream. Again, black, pink, blue. So 15 just missed the cut. Ryan Armour he shot an even par day. Didn't make the cut though. Almost. Ricky Wenrinsky, Ricky Barnes, and Robert Gurgis. And a 20. So Robert Gurgis is going to make their tournament. Ricky Barnes is out. Let's see how well Robert Gurgis shot. 5, 2.5, rounded down is 2. So he joins Jim Furyk at 2 under. That brings up Morgan Hoffman, Mace Hughes, and Luke Donald. These are all C minus to make a cut. So, and 17 is going to make the cut. That's Mac Hughes. The other 2 are out. So Mac Hughes, let's see what Mac Hughes shot. He shot a 1, so he will stay at 1 under. Can't go under 1. Martin Flores, Kevin Na, and Kevin Campbell. This is 2017 season. No modifiers for cut checks, has to be 17. No, based on each golfer has a rating to make the cut. So what I did was, if you're an F to make the cut, right, you have to roll a 20. If you're a D minus, you have to roll a 19. If you're a D, you have to roll an 18. If you're a C minus, wherever C minuses are, C minus, you got to roll a 17. It's 20 for F. A D minus is 19. A D is 18. A D plus is 17, and a C minus is 16. So that's where we're on is C minus, and we're doing 16s. So Martin Flores, Kevin Na, and Kevin Campbell. 5, 10, 2. These guys all missed the cut. We got Jonathan Rudolph, Jim Herman, and J.J. Henry. See if any of these guys can jump on. Oh, almost. Jim Herman, but didn't make the cut. But J.J. Henry did. J.J. Henry, let's see what he ended up getting. A 5. That's 2.5 rounded down is 2. So he joins our competitors at 2 under. J.T. Piston, James Han, and Harris English. And a 19, we got another competitor. These two guys are out. James Han. Let's see how James shot. 3, which is going to be a 1 under. All right. And we have Gazago, Fernandez, Castano, David Hearn, and D.A. Points. And 2 of them are going to make the cut. So some high rolls finally. It took forever. So let's see. Gazalo, Fernandez, Castano. 6. So he's going to be 3 under. Tied for second place. And D.A. Points is a 3. So he's going to stay at 1 under. And David Hearn is out. Chris Stout. Chris Kirk. Bryson Chambly. Bryson de Chambray. I'm not sure. Chris Kirk and Chris Stout. 12, 7, 10. Nope, they all missed the cut. We have Byung Han Han, CT Pan, and Cameron Trigale. 114. They all did really, really bad. They did all really, really bad. Cameron Smith, Camaro Vegas, and Billy Hurley III. And here we go. 16, 1, and 13. So it's going to be Cameron Smith has made the tournament. Let's see how well Cameron Smith played. 7. He's going to be 3 under and tied for second. And Blaine Barber, Brandon Hagee, and Ben Martin are all last competitors at C-, 16 or higher. And they all missed the cut. All right, so now we're at C's. So I took only the C's and lower and put them in the tournament. Okay, so C pluses, B minuses, B plus, A minuses, A's, and A pluses are all out of this tournament. We're going to find out who's the best kind of like second tier player on the 2017, tournament. So that's kind of what we're doing here. Shh, no noise on the lane, says Dave Whittle. We have Artaban Lahiri, Sebastian Munoz, and Scott Brown. Now these are C's, so they're 15 now. That's as low as we go, 15 or higher. And we got 1. The other 2 missed the cut. And that is Artaban Lahiri. And Lahiri shoots 1 under. We got still quite a few to go. This is just Thursday, and then we're going to do a quick Friday, Saturday. But it'll be a lot faster because you can see we're not going to have that many players. Tag Riddlings, Xander Schofiel, and Zach Blair. Let's see if any of these guys want to play. 13, 17, we got 1 and a 10. So these 2 guys are out. Tad Riddlings makes the cut. How did he do? 1. So he will be at 1 under. Quite a group at 1 under. Now, Vaughn Taylor, Zach Johnson, and Hendrik Stenson are all C's. Let's see if they're going to make the cut. And sure enough, Hendrik Stenson will, and Vaughn Taylor, but Zach Johnson does not make the cut. Vaughn Taylor, 5, so he's going to go 2 under, and Hendrik Stenson We rolled a 7. He goes to 3 under. Henrik Stenson. Russell Knox, Ryan Blom, and Ryan Moore. And 13-13-5, none of them make the cut. All right, Robert Steeb, Ole Schneider-Johns, and Patrick Reed. 18, 14, just missed it, was Patrick Reed, and 6 for Schneider-Johns, so he's out. But Robert Sneed is in. And a 4, so he's going to be solid 2. He's going to join the group at 2 under. Michael Kim, Nick Taylor, and Nick Watney. And 5, 6, 15 though for Nick Watney. Just snuck in. Let's see how well he shot. And 7. Oh, he shot beautifully. 3 under. And Luke Fist, Kevin Streelman, and Kevin Tway. 10, 3, 12. Nope, all 3 of them are out. Running out of competitors. We're almost done here with the preliminary round. There is actual directions on how to do this, but I wanted to just kind of speed it up a little bit. And, just kind of do it quickly. I didn't want to spend an hour or 2 just getting the field set in different positions. But, I mean, there's a really good way of doing it. It's basically doing what I'm doing, but there's more modifiers and stuff that you use. Louis Oosthaven, Jason Carrick, and John Hu. Let's see, 117 is going to join us, 10 is not. So that is John Hugh, and John Hugh shot a 5, so he's going to go to 2 under. JB Holmes, JJ Spawn, and Grayson Murray. $113-1. They all had a really bad round, I'll tell you that. Poof. Harold Varner III, Jimmy McDowell, and Daniel Summerhays. ID Golf Channel, I guess. Been playing a lot of golf recently, haven't I? Oh, we got a 15, a 14. Oh, just missed the cut is Graham McDowell. Daniel Summerhays is out, and Harold Varner III is in, and he shot 2 under. Daniel Lee, Chad Campbell, and Charles Schwartzel. And 18 for Schwartzel, and he's the only one that's going to join us. Charles Schwartzel, 3 under. 3 under, or 3, so that's going to be a 1. So he shot 1 under, sorry. Cameron Percy, Ryan Gay, and those will be just 2. And then we'll do the last 3 by themselves. So we only need the black and the pink. Cameron Percy, Brian Gay. Oh, neither one of them made it. Okay. Last 3 chance. Brian Harmon, Adam Harwin, and Adam Scott. Yes, Adam Scott is a C competitor. Or C to make the cut, actually. Oh, and look at that. 15. Adam Scott makes it by the skin of his chinny chin chin. Other 2 are out. And he rolled a 3, so he's going to be 1 under. All right, so there's our, after Thursday, competitors. All right, so what we're going to do now is see what happens on Friday, because I'm not going to play all these golfers. I mean, it just, yeah, no. I'm only going to play like the final 2, maybe 3 golfers, you know. So, All right, so we're going to start with the guys that are 1 under. They got to make a move on Friday, right? So 15 or higher, they make a move and drop down the leaderboard. So Adam Scott, Schwartzel, and Tag Ridings, same numbers, black, pink, blue. Are they going to make a move on Thursday? Of course, they're still Saturday. I'm sorry. Are they going to make a move on Friday? Of course, they're still Saturday as well. And 19, Schwartzel makes a move. The other two will stay at 1. So Schwartzel is going to move up 1 spot. So he's going to go to 2 under. So we'll put him up here. And we'll just put these like that so I don't get confused. So he moves up to 2. And let's see if anybody else makes a move. This is Lahari, DA Points, and James Hahn. And 2 of them make moves. Lahari and Points, and Hahn, he will stay at 1. So we'll go with DA Points first. How many strokes did he gain? He gained 2 strokes, so he goes to 3 under. And we can just put all these. This should be a 3. There we go. All right. Yeah, we can do it like this. There we go. All right. And now we need to find out about Anabar Lahari. Is he going to make a big move? 3. So half of that's 1.5 rounded down is 1. So he goes to 2 under. And let's see if anybody else is going to make a move. We'll go 2 and 2. We'll go 2 and 2. So we need the black and the pink. So this is Mac Hughes and Willie McGirt. And they both make a move. Both of them. Wow. William McGirt first. 2. He just goes to 3 under or 2 under. Mac Hughes 7. So he drops 3 shots. So he ties the lead at 4 under. Mac Hughes ties. Oops. Do we need a little bit more up? I think just a slight bit. It's just a slight bit. Like that, maybe. All right. And then we have last at 1 under. It's Bryce Mulder and Tim Wilkerson. Are either of them going to make a move? A 2 and a 7. Nope. So they will all stay at 1 under. Again, this is Friday action. All right. So already at 2 under, we got William McGirt, Lahari, and Schwartzel. Let's see if anybody that's 2 under is going to make a move today. That's Harold Varner III and John Hugh and Robert Steeb. Oh, and Robert Steeb makes a move. The other 2 will stay at 2. And Steeb goes to, 4 strokes. So he's going to be our first competitor at 2 plus 4 is 6 under. He bypasses 5 and goes right up to 6. Which you guys, I'll put that one there. And we can kind of slide this stuff over a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nobody's at 5. But Robert Streeb, 2 under. And we have, we got 2 and 2 again. Vaughn Taylor and J.J. Henry. Either of them going to make a move. 1 and 3. Nope, they had actually bad rounds. I should have put in, if you rolled low, you drop strokes. But I wanted to make it a little bit simpler. All right, already at 3 under is DA Points. Let's see if anybody that is 3 under. Oh, wait, nope, not yet. Hang on. We still got 2 more guys at 2 under. Jim Furyk and Robert Garrigues. Robert Garrigues and Jim Furyk. Oh, that one went off the table. He did not. And a 6, he did not either. So neither of them made a move on 2. So there's our competitors at 2 under. Unless they move on Saturday, they're not going to be in the top. So they have to make a move, big move. All right, DA points is already a 3 under. Let's see if anybody else at 3 under makes a move. We'll go 3 and 2. It's going to be Nick Watney, Henrik Stenson, and Cameron Smith. Chance for them to move up on the leaderboard. 14-9-6. None of them move. And Brad Fish and Gonzalo Fernandez Castano. We don't need the blue one. Here we go. Gonzalez Fernando Castano and Brad Fish. 13 and 10. Nope, neither one of them moved. So that is going to be everyone at 3 under. Already at 4 under is Hughes, Mac Hughes, and we have. Oh, right, he already went. So the last 2 competitors is Bubba Watson and Si Yul Ho. Bubba Watson and Si Yul Ho. And nope, neither one of them moved. Okay, so right now leading the tournament after Friday's activity is going to be Robert Steeb. Tied for second is Mac Hughes, Bubba Watson, and Sung Yul Ho. Tied for second at 4 under. 3rd under, 3 under, 3rd under. What kind of English is that? It's going to be, I got another one there. It's going to be last chance to make a move coming up on Saturday here. So 3 under is going to be DA points, Nick Watney, Henrik Stenson, Cameron Smith, Gonzalo Fernandez Castino, and Brad Fish. At 2 under, I don't know why my dice got moved there. 2 under, it's J.J. Henry, Hugh Taylor, John Hugh, Arnold Varner III, William McGirt, Arnie Bon Lahari, Charles Schwartzel, Robert Gahargas, and Jim Furyk. And at 1 under, it's James Hahn, Tag Riddings, Adam Scott, Tim Wilkerson, and Bryce Mulder. All right, so that is going to be after Friday. Saturday, final chance for them to move up. Final chance to move up and get yourself into the final group. Right here, right now. This is your last chance, boys and girls, to get into the final group. And we got 5, so we're going to go 3 and 2. It's Bryce Mulder, Tim Wilkinson, and Adam Scott. 15 or higher. Again, I'm kind of just doing this. There's an actual procedure you go through, but I'm just trying to make this a little bit quicker. And so I've just came up with these rules, off the top of my head, just based on what makes sense. That's all. So Bryce Mulder, Tim Wilkinson, Adam Scott, any of them going to make it into the final group? Make a move? Yes, Bryce Mulder does. The other 2 do not. So they will stay at 1 under and be out of the tournament. Well, they'll be in the tournament, but they're not going to be played. Bryce Mulder needs to get at least down into 4 or 5 territory to make it. Bryce Mulder, 5, which is 2 strokes. She's going to go from 1 to 3 and probably not going to be good enough for Bryce Mulder. James Hahn and Tag Ridings. You need to get it, and then you need to get an 8 on this dice to move down 1, 2, 3, 4 strokes and put yourself right there. James Hahn and Tag Ridings need to get it right now, and they don't. So they won't make the tournament either. All right, 2 under now. Jim Furyk, Robert Garigas, and Charles Schwartzel. Big opportunity for them to move in. And we got a leaner there. I'm going to re-roll that one. So far, no one else is in, and he is not in either. So none of them are going to make it. They will go to. They will stay at 2. Ari Bon Lahari, William McGirt, and Harold Varner. Are any of them going to make it? All right, Bleacher Bums gang, good to see you, man. Come on back. 15. William McGirt's going to make a move. Is it enough? Is it enough is the question. Let's see. William McGirt makes a move. 8! 4 strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. He ties our leader. He is definitely going to be in the final group. Unless, of course, we have other shenanigans happening. All right, we got 3 more that can make a move. J.J. Henry, Vaughn Taylor, and John Hugh. J.J. Henry, Vaughn Taylor, and John Hugh. And they just saw what William McGirt did. They have a chance. 12, 1, 3. Nope. So they will all probably not be played. All right, at 3 under, we have 6 people. So Brad Fished, Garalzo, Fernandez, Castino, and Cameron Smith. Are any of them going to make a move here on the final day? I'm just playing the last 2 or 3. Whoever's the highest, whoever's tied for like the highest. Brad Fish, Gonzalo, Fernandez, Castino, and Cameron Smith. Oh, we got a mover. We got a mover. The other 2 will stay at 3. But Brad Frisch, if he can get a decent roll, he might make a move here. 3 is only 1 stroke. Brad Frisch goes to 4 under. Disappointing there. He thought he had a chance. And now it comes down to DA points. Nick Watney and Henrik Stenson. I just did a video on Henrik Stenson and Phil Mickelson's epic open clash in 2016. If you have not watched that video, go watch it. DA points, Nick Watney and Henrik Stenson. It'd be a big disappointment for Stenson not to be in this. And he will not. It's a 12, a 13, and 11. So these all will stay at 3 under after Saturday's round. Now, last competitors at 4 under. We already have Brad Frisch. And let's see if any of these guys can make a move and get in that final pairing. Mac Hughes, Bubba Watson, and Sung Yo Hong. Here we go. Brad Hughes, Bubba Watson, and Sung Yo Hong. And we got a mover. That is Mac Hughes, 13 for Watson and a 4 for Hugh. So they will stay at 4 under. And we got Mac Hughes. Mac Hughes, 7. He moves 3 strokes and takes the lead of the tournament. 1, 2, 3. He goes to 7 under. And we have a tie for second. William McGirt and Robert Steeb. So these will be the players that we will play in our tournament. Is all of our C and below to make the cut. Each player also has a weekend number. And some players are obviously better. They do better once they make the cut. And some players don't, so they have individual ratings for that, which is super cool. All right, so here is our 3. Now I need to move some dice out of the way, and I need to write this down so that I'm not. And it looks like it's going to be a 3-man pairing in the final day. I only wanted 2 or 3 or 4 maximum, so having 3 will be good. So at 6 under, William McGirt. And he is at 6 under. Robert Streeb is at 6 under. Okay. And then Mac Hughes on a big Saturday is winning the tournament at 7 under. Mac Hughes at 7 under. Alrighty, so there we go. So we have a 3-man playoff to see who is the best second tier kind of golfer. Alright, so now I have to get rid of all these other dice I don't need, and I need to find the dice I do need. It might take me a few holes to get back in the swing of this. I can't believe I'm watching this. It's just too funny, says Quentin Parks. Why is that funny, sir? Huh? Why is that so funny? Alright, hole number 1. What I'm gonna try to do is adjust my camera down a little bit. Make it a little bit easier for you guys to see, because now we don't need as much space on the table. Yes, let's bend the camera. Thank you. Even more? Really? Wow, okay. No, you're going to be a pain, aren't you? Of course. Why would I try to move the camera and mess it all up? Just for you guys, I tell you. Alright, where's my tray now? Where's my tray? What did I do with my tray? Probably under here. Yes, it is. Alright. So here is the 3 competitors. William McGirt, we'll put him at top. And then Robert Strebe, second. And then Mac Hughes. Now, I need little tokens or something to represent the different golfers, but of course they have to be different colors. Are these too big is the question. I think it'll be alright. So we're going to have Mac Hughes will be white. Right? So wherever he tees off, he'll be white. And Robert Strebe will be pink. And red will be William McGirt. Red. All right. So let's hope I can... See, what I need to do is put this over here, right? Because I'm left-handed. I can't write over there. That's not doable. Plus, if I got a nice flat surface, I can roll the dice over here as well. So that would... So where are we going to put the competitors now? I guess we'll have to put them like down here. It even makes better sense. So first place is Mac Hughes. All right. So hole number 1, par 4, 381 yards. Take aim at the right edge of the first bunker beyond the fairway with a 3-wood or longer iron, and try not to catch the dog leg. It doesn't pay. The approach shot pays somewhat longer than the actual yardage, and the green is tightly bunkered left and right. Alrighty. So, first up on the tee will be William McGirt. William McGirt, put him up first, then Steve, and then Mac Hughes. Okay. Alright, so special rules on this hoe. If you roll an accuracy roll of 1, 2, 19, or 20, it's considered in the middle because it's an easier, wider fairway, I guess. All right, here we go. So William McGirt takes his long iron out and gives it a whack. See what happens. All right. So McGirt, the black 20-sider represents the distance. So for William McGirt, he rolled a 5. 5 is going to put him all the way back into D category. And then the 10 represents direction. And with the 10, he left himself a D and a 10. Why can I not find that? Oh, right. You look at this section. That's why. I was looking at the board. You look at the actual card. So he rolled a 10, which is higher than 2 and less than 17. So he's going to be right in the middle of the fairway. William McGirt is red. So he's going to be right there after his tee shot. William McGirt. All right, Robert Steeb is up. He's in the middle of the fairway. Not very long, though. Robert Steeb. 16, nice hit there. 16 for Streeb is going to put him in section B. And he rolled a 5, so he's going to be in the left in section B. In the left is section B. You will notice there is some trees, some rough, and some sand. We look at the black dice. I'm pretty sure it's the black dice. Is it the black dice or the yellow dice? Let me just make sure I'm doing it right. Tee off, driving, white dice. Use the black 10 to find the location. Right. All right, so you use the black dice. So he is a 4, which means he is pink. And he's going to be in the rough. Right there in the B on the left. And now our tournament leader, Matt Hughes, steps to the tee. Steps to the tee and draws out his long iron. Here we go. Hole number 1 at Pebble Beach. Oh, a 20. He nailed that one. A 20 is going to put him in section A. And then an accuracy of 14 puts him in the middle. And a 5 is going to be in the fairway. So Mac Hughes outdrives his competitors by 40 yards and leaves himself right in the middle of the fairway after one shot. So we will go to back here. This is going to be William McGirt. So he's back in the fairway. So it's a middle iron -1. So we're going to look at his middle iron section and see whether he can put it on the green or not. So he gets a -1 to his accuracy roll. All right, so he rolled a 7. All right, oops. So he rolls a 7. William McGirt, he's using a middle iron. He needs at least a 6. He needs at least a 6. He rolled a 7, so he's going to what they consider place it on the green. And then you look at this dice, which tells you how far away it's going to be. He doesn't have any. He has no modifiers coming out of that, so he's got an 11. And then you subtract this dice from that number right here. And in that case, that's just going to stay an 11 because that's a 0. And an 11 puts him at 21 to 25 feet away. So he's going to end up a good recovery. He's going to be 21 to 25 away for his second shot there. Now we'll go to pink, which is Robert Steeb. So Steeb is in the rough. And he's going to use a long iron +1. Long iron +1. And since he's coming out of the rough, he can use his modifier, recovery modifier. In this case, it's a 0, so he can use it or not use it. It doesn't really matter. But it's going to be a long iron and a +1. And he rolls a 7. 7 on his long iron. He needed an 8. He gets the +1 from the rough because it's not thick rough or whatever the situation is. Sometimes it'll be minus, sometimes it'll be plus. So with the +1, he will make an 8, which is exactly what he needed. Thank God that it's light rough there. And now we take his distance from on the green. The higher is better. 1 is very bad. And so he's going to be more than 35 feet away. So he's just on the green, but long putt away. Long putt. And then brings us to our tournament leader, Mac Hughes. He's going to use a short iron -1. Short iron for Mac Hughes. Oh, I'm sorry. Good Lord. Let's go back. I was looking at William McGirt. What I should probably do is turn their cards over once they're done so I don't use them. So Robert Steeb actually needed a... Well, we're just going to leave it where it was because I don't remember what the dice were rolled, but I'll have to remember to do that. And he is on shot number 2. All right. So Mac Hughes now. Short iron in this green, just 100 and... So 255 leaves him... 255 leaves him what? 132 yards? 130 yards? Somewhere in there? 130 yards. Nice 9-iron up in there in the green. He needs a short iron. You roll the 9. It's a -1. He only needs a 5. He's got it. Distance, 14, which is nice, but then you lose 5 from the yellow. And that's going to put him at 11. 11 from his short iron is going to put him 16 to 20 feet away. So 16 to 20 feet away, and there you go. All right, so all of our competitors are on the green. This is not a very tough hole. So we'll go with Robert Strebe first. So Robert Strebe up first. So he is in the over 35 category. So what you do is you're going to roll these 2 dice, or both, just a 20-sider and a 10-sider. You're going to roll them, and you're going to multiply whatever you're on the 20-sider by 10. Add this number to it. So this would be 89, right? This would be 159. Higher is better because you want to get the highest number possible. So 35 feet. If he rolls 33 or less, he is going to 3-putt. If he rolls 34 to 197, he will 2-putt. If he rolls over 197, he will 1-putt. So Robert Steve, long distance shot, trying to drain it, and 80 will miss it, but he will tap that in for a par on the first, and he will stay at -6. That's Robert Steve. William McGirt is 21 to 25. So he will try a putt. 21 to 25. 192 will get him a 1-putt. 95 will get him a 2-putt. And he will stay at 6 under. And our leader by 1, Mac Hughes. And 16 to 20. 162. 163 will get him a 1-putt. Can he drain it? So to get 163, right, you know what you need. You need at least a 16 on this dice. And then you need at least a 3 on your 10-sider. So that tells you what you need, right? So I need 163. I need at least a 16 on this or higher. And then if I roll a 16, I have to have at least a 3 on this dice. So Mac Hughes trying to get a 2-shot lead. Here comes the putt. 18-foot left to right break. Here it comes. 63. Nope. He will 2-putt and stay at 7 under. So that is hole number 1 of the tournament. We now need hole number 2. Hole number 2. Par 5, 502 yards. And this one's going to be a tee on the driver into this area, then either going for the green or laying up. And we will go with the red McGirt first. Oop. 6 under, 1 shot behind the leader. Tee at number 2. Alrighty, so 14 for McGirt is going to put him in section C, and a 4, just barely in the middle of section C. So McGirt lands it out there in the fairway. And that's all he gets. Robert Strebe. Looks like my camera got off kilter there. What happened? I think it fell a little bit. Let's bring it back up a little bit more. I'm gonna have to physically bend it, I think, which is gonna be a problem, but there you go. All right, so you guys can see a little bit better now, right? Yeah, probably. I hope so, anyways. All right. So Robert Strebe, except for it's bouncing, I'll try and get it so it doesn't bounce. There we go. All right, Robert Strebe, 19. He drills this one. That's gonna be in section A. And in the middle of section A and in the fairway. So Robert Strebe hits that one well and far. Robert Strebe. And now it's up to Mac Hughes. Mac Hughes did not get a good one. 7. That's going to be in section C. And he's going to be to the right. C right. And a 7 is going to put him in the rough. Puts him in the rough on the right. So that's after one shot. Let's put our ones there so I don't forget how many shots these guys have shot. Because I will do that one of these times. So he's in the rough, which says, look at number 2. Number 2 says, you can use a middle iron +1, or you can use a fairway wood. And if you use a middle iron, you have to lay up. That's what the little percentage symbol means. If you use a fairway wood, you do not, and you go for the green. But of course, using a fairway wood, you have to roll at least a 14, or you didn't hit the green, you're off the green. So does he want to? He will recover. He's a 0 though, so he doesn't have any recovery. There's no penalty at least. Leading the tournament by 1, you know what? He is going to lay up. He is going to use his middle iron +1. Middle iron. He's going to lay up. 4. And 4 is going to be a mishit. 4 is going to be a mishit. Middle iron. Yeah, he needs at least a 7. He gets a +1, which takes it 4 + 1 is 5. He did not get it, so he missed it. So we look at this dice. It says it's a 2, which means it's over to the left. And then we look at this dice again, the 9, and that is left. So if you end up in the left, it's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. So he missed it with this. The 2 shows which area you're going to land in, and the 9 shows you what it's going to be. So he actually goes because it's a 9, he's going to end up in the right rough over here, the rough over on this side. I believe that's how that's played. All right, so the leader's in trouble here on the second, and he's at shot number 2. Now, in the fairway, long iron, -1 for red, which is going to be William McGirt. So that was Hughes. So McGirt. Uh-oh, this could be trouble too. So William McGirt, the long iron, -1, he needs an 8. He rolled a 3, -1 is a 2, so he misses it. So he's going to be, misses the green. And he rolled a 6. So the 6 shows us in the red, it either goes long, left, right, or short. 3 to 9 is actually short, so it ends up going missing the green. Let me just double check which ones you use. Hang on a second. Approaching the green, yada yada yada. Missing the green. All right, the green is missed. Use a roll to determine how poorly the golf missed. Refer to the section of the golfer card above the miss rating using the shot's club. That the roll is less than or equal to the off rating. Oh, right. Oh, right. So he misses it. William McGirt, long iron -1. He rolled a long iron -1. He is off. All right, so he's off. If we go to off the green, use this die, use the black 10 to determine which section on the outer circle around the green the ball lands. The sections are labeled in red and start from the long. Okay, so that is, so we use this, and it was a 4, which was short, and then we look at the yellow to tell us which section it is. That's a 5. That's going to be in the fairway, but short. And that is his second shot. All right, so that leaves a golden opportunity here for Robert Strebe. Robert Strebe now. Guess I didn't need this, right? We could just move that out of the way. Well, it'll fill the space at least. Make it look like we're doing something. I guess I could roll him over there, but we'll just leave him over here. All right, so Robert Strebe here, he is in the fairway, long iron, +1. So he needs an 8, so he needs a 7 on the black to get a good shot. He does. He's got it. So he's going to land it on the green. Now, distance-wise, so on the green, approaching the green, let's just check the... hit the green, right? If the green is hit, use a roll to determine the proximity. If the shot was taken from anywhere, blah, 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 blah. If the shot was taken from anywhere except the tee or fairway, modify the white D by adding the golfer's recovery proximity rating. And so, okay, so you don't add the yellow D20 if you're in the fairway. Okay, so he rolled, so you ignored that because he was in the fairway. He rolls a 7 on his long iron. And a 7 will take him to 26 to 35 feet. So still a long ways out there, but he's on in 2. And definite possibility of a birdie putt here on the par 5 fifth. All right, so that brings us back to our leader, Mac Hughes, who's in the rough. He's going to use a long iron +1. He needs a 9, so an 8 on the black dice to get it on the green. Oh, he's hit it badly. He's hit it badly. In fact, Duff shot, if a natural roll of a black 20 is a 1, then a Duff shot has occurred. On a Duff shot, add 1 stroke and take another shot from the same section of the with the same club and modifiers. Oh, it's a Duff shot. When approaching the green and taking this can occur from any approaching the green shot not taken from the tee, fairway or rough. He's actually in the rough. Okay. So that's like trees and stuff like that. Okay, I got it. Okay, so he didn't have a duff shot. Good. But he's off. He's off the green. We look at 1 again. 1 says left, so he's going to end up in the left on his 3rd shot. So he is in the rough on the left. Not great recovery there. And now it is going to be William McGirt. William McGirt, who is in the fairway. He's going to use a pitching wedge +1. He only needs a 2. So he should be able to get this one on the green. Now, how close can he get it? No, not close at all, unfortunately. So that is a 7. So he's hit the pitching wedge well. He will get it on the green, but a distance of 2 is terrible. 26 to 35 feet. Not a good chip there. 26 to 35 feet. We got 2 of them there. And he's on his 3rd shot. That was William McGirt, right? He's on his 3rd shot. And now from the rough is our leader, Mac Hughes, who's got to get this up and down for save par. Okay, so we need the rough fringe. That's not considered fringe, is it? Chip or sand wedges. Nope, he's got to pitching wedge it up. So Mac Hughes pitching wedge. A 6. Good. Now he needs a high number to get it close. 16 is going to be good. That is going to take us all the way to 11 to 15 feet. So 11 to 15 feet for shot number 4. So he needs a 1 putt to save par and not drop a stroke. He was in the rough. He was in the rough again, and then he was in the rough over here, and then he chipped it up. That's why he's having trouble. All right, so we'll go to purple. That is Robert Strebe, 26 feet away. 26 feet away. 26 feet away. He needs 199. No, he needs a 200. He needs a 20 to get a 2-putt out of this. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's go with the competitor with the shot 3 first. So that's red. That's William McGirt. So we're doing McGirt first. And he needs a 203 for a 1-putt. 90. That's not going to do it. He's going to 2-putt for a 5 and a par. Red will stay at now. Golden opportunity here. He's sitting in 2. Robert Strebe, 26 to 35 feet. He needs a 200 for a 1-putt. He needs at least a 21, so he has to roll at least a 2. If he rolls a 1, he's going to 3-putt, and that is going to be bad. He's going to try for the birdie. Here comes the eagle putt. Come on! 69. And he leaves himself just a 4-foot birdie putt, and he drains it. Robert Strebe ties Mac Hughes at 7 under on the birdie putt. And now our leader needs to drain this one. Mac Hughes, he needs 146 for a 1-putt. 146 or he loses the lead and bogeys. 93 and he bogeys the hole. And he drops to 6 under. And our new leader, Robert Strebe, is winning this tournament after 2 holes of inside the cup. Wow, epic change there. Robert Strebe takes the lead from Mac Hughes. We'll go to hole number 3 now. Hole number 3. And we're going to have a new lineup here. Strebe is going to have honors, followed by McGirt, and then Mac Hughes, which drops a stroke. All right, hole 3 is a par 4, 390 yards. Par 4, 390 yards, and due up first is, let's see, let me put the dice on the right thing. McGirt with red, Strebe with pink, and Hughes with white. Okay, so due up first, Robert Strebe, and we're going to use a fairway wood. Accuracy rolls of 1 in 20 are considered in the middle section. All right. It is a 19. He blasts this one down into section A, and right in the middle, beautiful drive by Strebe. He's going to look at a short 80-yard pitch onto the green. 323 yards. Wow. Drilled that one. And due up next will be William McGirt. And 11 is going to put him in section C. 19 is going to be Trumbull. That is going off to the right. And do you use the black or the white again? Black D10, right, to find the location. So you don't use this one. So that is section C. 19 means it goes to the right, and in 2, section C to the right. In section 2, he's hit the sand. He's hit the sand with his first shot. And he's done his first shot. All right, that brings up our leader by 1, Mac Hughes. Or, I'm sorry, tied. No, I'm sorry, he's in second place now. Tied for second, Mac Hughes. Mac Hughes, 10, he's going to be in section C. 15 is going to put him in the middle, just barely, of section C. So there's that. All right, so that's the drives. All right, let's work from inside out. So on the fairway, Mac Hughes, he's using a short iron, 280 yards, and he's got 390, so he's got about 110 yards left. He's going to use a short iron here, and he needs a 5. Better roll all of these. He's going to need a 5 on the short iron. Just barely gets it. Oh, wait a minute. Is it equal to or that number, or has he got to be higher than the number? Because the number isn't actually a 5. Let's see. Where is this? Lamps. I want approach shot. I know it's in here. I just have to find it. Approaching the green. All right. Right. Hole out chance. Exceptional shot. Right. Yeah. Green is hit. Maybe it's under layup chances. Let's see here. Where's the layup? Come on, where's layup? I think it's you need this number or higher. That's what I'm going to go with, and I could be wrong, but that's what I'm going to go with. So short iron of 5, so he's made it on the green. Although it says miss and then gives his numbers. So why would it say miss if... I think it's so this rule should be modified by any shot modifier, and if anywhere taken but the fairway or tee by the golfer's recovery modifier. If the modified roll is greater than the miss rating of the shot's club, the golfer hits the green. Otherwise, the golfer's missing green. So it has to be higher. He has a 5. He rolled a 5. There is no modifiers at all. So he's missed the green. So we look at when we miss the green, hit the green, miss the green. All right. Use a white D20, which we don't have a white one, so we're using pink, to determine how poorly the golf he missed. Refer to the section. Okay, so if we look under his section, he's at the green. So we look at the green now. At the green, we use the black D10. Use this number, or use this roll to determine which section the inner circle around the green the ball lands. The section is labeled in orange. Ooh, thanks. Orange. So 1 in orange is, it even says at the green, back left. Okay, so bad second shot by Mac Hughes. All right, we'll go to the sand wedge shot of William McGirt. All right, he's in the sand. He's got to use a middle iron, -1. Middle iron -1. He's a 6. He's got to be higher than that, so he's got to roll a 7. And he's got a -1, so he needs at least an 8 on the black dice, or an 8 will put him on the green somewhere. Oh, just missed it. So now we look at this to find out, and he is going to be on the fringe, actually. So how does that work again? So the next shot following the chip, I think it's on the fringe, and use that procedure. All right, the next shot follows the chip procedure, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so he is on the fringe. Is there an on the fringe? Because he rolled a 20, which is higher than his on at the green. So they're either off, you're at the green, or you're on the fringe. He is actually on the fringe. Oh, I see. He goes, let's see, bread goes to fringe right there. There's a fringe right there. So he's on the fringe. But notice some of these modifiers here, which we're going to talk about here in a second. The black D20 is modified by the rating listed above the hole before it's multiplied by 10. Okay. All right. So that leaves us with our leader, Robert Strebe, who's in the middle of the fairway with a pitching wedge. Pitching wedge, he only needs a 2. He's got to be higher than that, so that's a 3. He gets a -1, so he's got to roll at least a 4 on the black dice to get it on the green. He needs at least a 4 to get it on the green. And he's done it. Well struck there. Well struck. And now we look to see he's a 10 on the pitching wedge, and 10 will take us all the way to 16 to 20 feet. 16 to 20 feet for a that was shot number 2. All right, so we have a chip. We have a chip here. So it's going to be Mac Hughes with the chip because he's in the rough. CH -1. So we're going to look at his chip section. We're going to take these 2 dice and we're going to roll them. He gets a -1 to, I believe, let's look at the chip procedure just to make sure. All right, so this is not needed. Rating in red is used to modify the black D20 run recover shot. If the golfer hits the green, the rating with the red background is used to modify the white D20. If the golfer misses the green, this rating is not used. These shots are used whenever a CD, CH, or SD club is listed on the shot landing. These shots follow the same procedure. Combine the black dice and the white dice, multiplying by 10 and adding the black 1d10. This will give you a number. Blah, blah, blah. All right, but we get a -1, so that's a -1. To the 10-sided dice. All right, so for his chip, this is Mac Hughes chip shot here. All right, so he needs real high. Obviously, they always need high. Oh, he rolled high. So that is 19. That would be 199. But you lose. He's in a chip -1, so he loses 1 off of this. So it's 189, and that's going to be a chip. Plus a putt. Chip plus a putt. Chip plus a putt. So these going to be a. So he's sitting there at 2, chips up, and leaves himself enough to tap it in for a par. So Mac Hughes will stay at 6 under. Now, from the fringe, same thing here from fringe. Okay, so fringe, again, he's a -1 to his fringe shot, William McGirt. And is a 10, so it'll be 105. 105 is going to be a chip and a chip and a putt, question mark. But I think that's the same. Let's see, is it a chip plus a putt? Shot is on the green, but the putter, the golfer still needs to putt from a distance equal to the white. He still got to putt from a distance of 13 feet. So he leaves himself a 13-footer after his chip, and that's going to put him right there after 3. So he's going to have a par putt coming back. So now our leader, Robert Strebe, is sitting about 16.5 feet away. 16.5 feet. He needs a 165. 166 will get him a birdie. 166. Robert Strebe trying to birdie this last hole. 79. He will just 2-putt. Misses it, and he will stay at 7 under. Now, for par, 11 to 15 feet, he needs to 1-putt this. He needs a 1-putter. He needs a 151 for a 1-putt. Oh, he gets it, 180. So he will par this and stay at 6 under. So after 3 holes, the only thing that, well, nothing changed on that hole as everyone parred it. Mac Hughes lost his stroke there, and Robert Strebe, he boxed that one in, and he birdied this one. There we go. All right. So that is hole number 3. I think we'll do one more and then maybe take a little break. That's hole number 3. Hole number 4. Hole number 4. All right. So hole number 4 is a par 4, 331 yards. Water on the right, guys. Water on the right. Danger, danger, danger. There's also a bunch of sand on the left. So hit it in the fairway. So you can use a long iron. Accuracy rolls of 1, 2, 19, and 20 are considered in the middle. So Robert Strebe is up first. Robert Strebe with the long iron. And 11 is going to put him in section C. Section C. And 16 will keep him in the center. And he hit a 1, though, which is going to put him in the bunker in section C. That's going to be trouble for Strebe. Next up, William McGirt. Don't go right, guys. Don't go right. Oh, he went right. He went right. He wouldn't listen to me. 8 for McGirt puts him in section C. 17. Oh, no. 17 does keep him in the middle, fortunately. So, middle of section C, he rolled a 2, which also puts him in the bunker with his competitor in the sand in section C. Mac Hughes senses an opening here. Mac Hughes, let's see what he can do. Ugh, terrible. 3. That is going to put him in section D. 8 is in the middle of section D. And he rolls a 4, which is going to be the fairway. So at least he's in the fairway of section D. All right, so that is actually all after one shot, guys. I got to remember to do that. There's the one. There's the one. All right. So he's got a short iron, -1. We're talking Mac Hughes here. Short iron, -1. He needs a 6. He needs a 7 on the black one to get it on the green. Oh, and nicely done. Nicely done. So 16, perfect stroke. It's on the green, and on 18 with the short iron is going to take us all the way to 6 to 10 feet. So well struck and hit in there nicely by Mac Hughes. And now from the bunker, we'll go with red, William McGirt first. William McGirt. That is a medium iron. 6. He needs a 7 to get it on the green. 6. He does not. We look at this number, 13, to find out. He's going to be at the green. At the green, and we rolled a 2. So that is going to be back here, and we rolled a 4, and that's going to be back sand. Oh, he's cooked it over the green into the bunker in the back. In the sand. He's going to have a sand wedge shot. And now Robert Strebe. Oh, this is after 2. 2. All right, it is Robert Strebe. Again, he is a middle iron. He needs an 8. 20. Beautifully placed. 10 distance is going to put him, that was a medium iron. And a 10 is going to put him at 21 feet away. 21 to 25 feet. All right. That is after 2, by the way. All right. So we have a sand wedge shot. Sand wedge shot for William McGirt. Sand wedge shot. He needs over a 208. He'll put it in. Over 136, it'll be chip and a putt, and it'll save par. So he needs at least a 136 to save par here. 181. 181. And that is almost good enough for... Yep, no, he needed a 208 to get it in, which is almost impossible. But that is going to be a nicely done. A chip and a putt. A chip and a putt. And William McGirt will stay at 6 under. Now, we got a long putt here for our leader, Robert Strebe. Going for birdie here. He needs a 184, 180. He needs a 185 or higher. 185 or higher. 41. Nope, he will 2-putt and stay at 7 under. And that brings us to Mac Hughes. Mac Hughes has an opportunity to tie the leader. He needs only a 93 for a 1-putt. 93 for a 1-putt and a tie of the lead. And that is a 139. I didn't need that dice. 139, and that will be a 1-putt for Mac Hughes. And he will go back to 7 under and tie for the lead of the tournament. Mac Hughes, bogey on 2 and a birdie on 4. And he is back into this, tying Robert Strebe at 7 under. 1 shot back, William McGirt. There you go, guys. What do you think? Inside the cup. After 4 holes. Of course, you know, playing 3 golfers, trying to remember everything, you know, it just takes me a little while to get back in the swing of it. But now that I'm back into it, tell you what, we'll do one more since it's a par 3. Let's try it. Just get a par 3 in real quick. And And then maybe we'll finish this up this round later, this weekend or something for everyone. So hole number 5, par 3, 188 yards. Long iron +1. So it's going to be Mac Hughes up first, then Robert Steeb, and then William McGirt. All right, so Mac Hughes is up first. Long iron +1. He needs a 10, so +1. He needs a 9 to get it on the green. 3 does not. 13 is going to put him at the green, and the 8 is going to be in that section, and a 1 is going to put him in the rough. In the front right. Oops, I don't need that dice. I need this one. Front right rough in front of the green for Matt Hughes. Robert Streeb. Long iron +1. He needs a 11 +1. He only needs a 10. 10 or higher. 18. Beautiful shot, but it's way off. It's way off, and that is going to be greater than 35 feet. So he's on, but way off. William McGirt. And he is on, and he's going to be in there close. 16. 16 is going to take him 11 to 15 feet away. Things could change on this hole. So the rough, and this is going to be a chip onto the green by Mac Hughes. Chip and a putt. He needs at least 112 for a chip and a putt. That's not necessarily true. Let's see what he gets first. So no modifiers, just a chip, and that was on his second shot. Third shot, 157, well placed, and that is going to be a chip and a putt. So he will get it up and down. This is Mac Hughes will recover and stay at 7 under. Well placed there. Now, from 35 feet, Robert Streeb needs at least a 33. He could be in trouble. If he rolls a 1 or 2, he could be in trouble and get a 3-putt. But if he gets a 198, he'll get a 1-putt on this. He's just hoping for a 2-putt and get out of here because that is not a good shot in the green. 189, well struck, left him about a 4-footer, and he will drain that and stay at 7 under. Now, to join him at 7 under, we have, and stays at 6 under on the tournament. He has 5 straight pars for William McGirt. See, there we go. See, now I'm back in the swing of things, moving right along, and we're cruising. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That is hole 1 through 5 plus our tournament breakdown and everything. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Quentin Parks, thanks for coming out. Sports Time Machine, Bleacher Bumps Gaming, wonderful channels. Dave Whittle, wonderful channel. Be sure to check out all my wonderful friends out there. Or people I know, I guess. And we'll see you all next time. So thanks for watching.